Welcome back, man. It's your boy, Benji, cover the greatest, man. What up, man? We gonna react to you gonna react to him. Y'all know him. Hold on. Young Don reacts. We gonna react to Young Don react to why young men are getting TRT. This shit old though. I don't know what TRT means, but we're gonna see what the fuck going on. I should watch that one. How long the video? 38 minutes. How long is it? 33. Reason your look maxing isn't working. I don't know. We're gonna watch TRT. I don't know what that means. We're gonna watch that shit today.
As a man will be
Fuck.
better. You will be sharper, smarter, faster, swoller. Your dick will be harder when you your girl. Bro, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Your sex drive is crazy. Your recovery from working out, you heal from injuries faster. The TRT trend needs to stop. Video by Josh Brett. Okay, let's dive in, man.
What's your opinion on the increasing numbers of young men using TRT?
I'm greatly concerned by it, truthfully.
There's a new trending injection.
It's like a wonder drug.
Makes a big difference.
Fuck yeah.
Strength is going up fucking quick, mate.
But experts are concerned that it's being overprescribed.
Let's fucking be serious here, honestly. Do you really honestly think that many young guys are in need of testosterone replacement therapy? I mean,
damn,
be honest.
20 years old. Crazy.
Influencers.
All these fitness influencers going on YouTube saying, wow, my testosterone levels aren't high enough. I need HRT. You don't need it. You're not even close.
But doctors worry this is being driven by predatory clinics, hustling hormones for
I'm
cash.
taking all that shit just to
I
work
just
out.
get annoyed
Now.
with these direct-to-consumer marketing and these quack clinics, and so they're basically just trying to sell drugs.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to teach you some steroid maths.
God damn.
Damn.
You just got dudes doing steroid tutorials on TikTok now? That's crazy.
A depressed person stock some testosterone.
Niggas taking a lot more steroids
depression would
nowadays.
go.
Oh,
I
it's
just
not
wanted
more
to
public.
fight everyone.
That
Really don't care.
is true for some people. For some people, testosterone truly is the magical serum of masculinity.
I
I
need to
just
probably
want
watch
to get into a fight with someone.
We see this all the time where guys who are doing this in their 20s decide they want to have kids in their 30s and they can't.
Like, haven't your balls even fully dropped when you started this, bro?
A whole lot of risk and pain in the ass that you better know what you're signing up for before you sign up for that shit.
Where do you think this is headed? Just massive amounts of young 20-year-olds taking testosterone?
Yeah, I looked into getting on TRT recently, like a few months ago. I went and got tested. My testosterone is through the fucking roof, so I couldn't get it. I still wanted it. Well, like in my heart, I still want it because even if you have a high level of testosterone naturally, it's not the same as injecting testosterone, even at TRT levels, because your testosterone fluctuates throughout the day when you're just having your natural testosterone. But when you are injecting testosterone, it's the same all fucking day. And so, you know, that like peak energy and clarity of mind and motivation you feel in the morning, well, that's a lot to do with your testosterone. Your testosterone is produced at night, and so your testosterone levels are highest in the morning and lowest at bedtime. But when you're on TRT, that testosterone level you have in the morning is the same fucking level all the way throughout the day. And so even though you are being put on a dosage that is equivalent
Don't be taking
to
all
a
this
healthy
shit,
male.
man. Y'all don't be taking all this shit just to work out, bro. Man, I should. Most people should be natural, other than all that other working out shit, man. All that taking out them extra shit just to gain extra muscle and shit, man. Ain't worth all that extra shit, bro. But shit, some niggas be taking that shit every workout before damn near every workout multiple times a week. You know what I'm talking about? They be on that shit, but I don't know nothing about that shit.
Testosterone level, you have the advantage of it being consistent throughout the day, and that can make a huge difference. You know what I'm saying? And so that part still was appealing to me. But the reason I didn't pursue it any further, other than the fact that it would be hard for me to get it legitimately, because you have to have a certain level of testosterone. It has to be below a certain threshold for even to qualify. But on top of that is it can, it can reduce the chances of your having children in the future. And I don't think my wife and I are ready to call it quits where that's concerned.
Once upon a time, in the late 1800s, a French scientist injected himself with a mix from dog and guinea pig testicles, claiming it made him feel younger.
What?
His experiment grabbed attention,
Hey,
but it wasn't
yo.
backed by real science. It wasn't until decades later that scientists made a breakthrough, synthesizing testosterone from cholesterol, earning the 1939 Nobel Prize in Chemistry. This transformed treatment for low testosterone, helping men with fatigue, weak muscles, and delayed puberty. But athletes also saw his edge. And as Arnold, Mr. Olympia, and gym culture rose, steroid use exploded.
It's showtime.
Although testosterone was tied to doping, underground bodybuilding, and early deaths.
Even though niggas be on that testosterone shit, your ass still gotta hit that gym though. So motherfuckers still be hitting that bitch like crazy though. Shit, I don't know nothing about it though, but motherfuckers, you still gotta go in there and lift that weight though. But probably give your ass a big ass boost or some shit. But I don't know. But that shit's still heavy as fuck though.
In 1999, WADA banned it, cementing its infamy as a performance-enhancing drug. But a major shift was coming.
Men with low T have androgel, the #1 prescribed topical testosterone replacement therapy.
A less potent testosterone gel received FDA approval in 2003.
I didn't know that they had testosterone lotion.
That's crazy.
Can I order it on Amazon? I'm just kidding.
Making TRT easier than ever before. Drug companies began to push low T as a common.
Look at that. We're gonna check, man. Testosterone booster. I said it right. See, y'all fuck nigga laugh. I said it right. Hold on. They catching the rest of that shit. That you could go crazy. It's about for men. For women, that's crazy. They got shit right. They got shit like this. They got shit on Amazon. They be having shit on Amazon. Oh, let me go back to my other screen. That's why I need a dual screens on my daddy grave. That shit in my room, but I'm motherfucking acting funky, man. I hope be acting funky, man. Yeah, man. That's why I got this bitch in here. Yeah, I need to get that dual screen shit. That shit's so useful. I ain't gonna lie, that shit's so useful, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That shit problem. This hoe I got right here, that hoe smooth though, but shit, that dual screen shit, man. Yes, sir. That shit overused.
Focusing on the pain points for the average man.
Men, not feeling like you used to, experiencing less success in the bedroom, don't have the energy that you used to.
And besides, you've gained so much weight. I mean, really, you jiggle. I jiggle more than I do.
After around 30, testosterone levels naturally decline, slowly. And that's exactly where the marketing focused.
Millions of men 45 and older just don't feel like they used to. Are you one of them?
With an aging population, and TRT designed as a lifelong treatment, it became a gold mine. Private clinics popped up, skipping insurance to sell testosterone for cash, fast and easy.
Come on, you've got a life to live.
With many clinics.
I think a lot of this it comes down to lifestyle. We hear these facts like after the age of 30, your testosterone naturally starts to decrease, and we automatically think that our bodies, everybody's bodies, just magically knows that once you've been on the Earth's surface for 30 years, you've gone around the sun 30 times, it just tells your fucking balls, hey, time to stop making testosterone, time to start, turning into a fucking estrogen flooded bitch. But in all reality, what I think it is, collectively as a society, we all behave relatively the same depending on what age group we're in. So pretty much all 30-year-olds or men in their 30s have more or less the same lifestyle. Same thing for men in their 40s, same thing for men in their 20s, teenagers, right? Y'all kind of doing the same shit. And so when you take a look at the life of the average man in his 30s, he's very inactive, very content, eating junk food, sitting in front of the television, drinking beers, shit like that. You know, but he's also in that phase of his life where it's kind of make it or break it. At least that's how it seems when you're in your 30s, that this is the decade that will determine whether or not you're going to die incredibly successful or average or poor. That's kind of how it feels, even though that's not true at all. History is filled with men who became incredibly successful in their 40s.
Listen, I say, work hard in your 20s, cruise through your 30s, live in your 40s. Work hard, build yourself up in your 20s. Once you're in your 30s, the shit you work your ass off in your 20s for, now maintain that and build it even more. That time you're in your 40s, you got all the money in the world. But obviously, you ain't gonna wait that long. I'm just saying, I just live life as you doing it, though. I'm just saying, but when you by the time you 40s in your 40s and shit, by the time the shit you did in your 20s and 30s, you should have buku money stacked up. I'm talking about buku and good memories too. Hopefully you got some kids and just not hitting of age. But you know, life is good. Don't be scared to live it now. Life is good now. I always remember that.
And 50s, even 60s, you know, depending on the guy. But point I'm making is not only do you have all those lifestyle habits that are negatively impacting things like your testosterone production once you get into the age range of being in your 30s, but I'm thinking hours and just more 50s if they lived life a little bit differently.
In online questionnaires for screening, asking questions like, do you feel fatigued, low mood, or fall asleep after dinner, while commercials presented impressive transformations.
Man up. Give it a shot.
Unsurprisingly, prescriptions increased fourfold in men 18 to 45 years old between 2003 and 2013, with prominent celebrities opening up about their positive experiences with the jab.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
Many top performers are rumored to use it. Some even call Bezos the unofficial TRT ambassador.
In question, do you think Jeff Bezos is on steroids?
100%.
Oh, really? I have no opinion. I really don't know.
Mel Gibson, Stallone, Hugh Jackman.
Some men just have elevated levels of testosterone. And I would say if you look at Kumail and if you look at me, you'd be like, well, sure, those two guys must have elevated levels of testosterone naturally because they're just, you know, alpha dog monsters.
The 2020 lockdown drew even more users. With online healthcare booming, private TRT clinics made treatment easier than ever before through virtual consultations. It took on a Hollywood prestige.
Get dressed.
With seemingly everyone
I'm gonna get my body right.
It's just, it's like a wonder.
Yeah, like you, I look
sharper,
decent.
stronger,
What y'all saying?
anxiety-free.
I be doing push I don't work out like
There's a fork in the road.
If
The low testosterone path is miserable.
If you take this is how appealing TRT is to me, though. I thought about it. This is some fucking psycho shit, bro. But there are ways to crush your testosterone levels temporarily. And there was a part of me that was like, man, I should just fucking drink a case of beers, and then before going into the clinic to get tested, fucking eat just eat the fatty, just eat half a stick of butter, because fat, when you eat a lot of fat, it temporarily lowers your testosterone. When you eat in general, but especially high fatty meals, it's like, yeah, man, I should just wake up early, go get some donuts, eat like a half a stick of butter, go, you know what I'm saying, crush a bear, go into the TRT clinic, fucking get a 200. Like the scores between 3 and anyway, you Sexter, you saw Jack Reacher and Wolverine. It's crazy, bro. But are you ready for your balls to?
I should have watched the original video. I'm watching him because he explained some shit. But shit, we're gonna see what the fuck going on.
atrophy, you can't have children. And so that's why this video is so important, because as appealing as it can be for young men, honestly, you can still get a lot of the benefits of high testosterone by just prioritizing your sleep habits, your diet, your exercise, shit like that, keeping your stress levels very low. You do shit like that, you know,
Your life and your future.
frying your balls.
The Limitless Male Path. You can change your life and your future.
I wanted to know why top doctors and fitness experts were sounding the alarm, but the horror story is true. Because here's the thing, TRT is awesome.
Yeah.
Imagine feeling depressed, fatigued, and unable to focus. A doctor diagnoses you with a testicular deformity, explaining your low testosterone and symptoms. Then he offers you a shot to restore your testosterone to healthy levels, boosting your mood, your strength, your focus, and vitality. The synthesis of testosterone, and a Nobel Prize for a reason, is life-changing. But it's not just testicular damage that can lower testosterone. Male testosterone levels have been declining for decades.
And that's for a variety of reasons. One is that we are seeing more comorbid conditions. So we know that as you have more diabetes, more high cholesterol, more high blood pressure, those things are correlated with having lower testosterone.
Along with endocrine disruptors, such as microplastics in the environment. This can result in issues in the hypothalamus or pituitary gland, the place that signals the testicles to produce testosterone. And this is where the lines start to get blurred.
That people are now searching for the magic pill, the drug that can replace hard work and a healthy diet. But it's trending upwards at an ever alarming rate.
Fitness experts argue that many are using TRT as a quick fix for issues like poor sleep, bad diet, and high stress, rather than addressing the root cause.
Yeah.
As shown by this post in the TRT subreddit. Me 6 weeks into TRT, praying for a six-pack while still eating junk food.
Crazy.
A common frustration is being diagnosed with healthy testosterone levels, despite showing symptoms, only for doctors to deny prescriptions. It's this grey area which many clinics are exploiting to sell testosterone to people who don't actually need it. And this is where TRT becomes TRT.
Where do you think this is headed? Are there going to be just massive amounts of young 20-year-olds taking testosterone?
Yo, what's going on, guys? There is a worrying trend, especially on social media now, of young men jumping on TRT to make gains in the gym.
Testosterone maxing is what the news sites
Man.
Yeah, bro, that's the crazy part.
Bro.
When it came to me.
Man, look, I don't know, cause I'm naturally skinny, folk. My brother, he not skinny now, but naturally he was skinny but strong. So I'm mainly gonna be more on the slimmer side, more than swole. But I'm gonna for sure get more in shape though. But I ain't gonna be on that shit. So I don't think I'm gonna get bulky as hell, shit like that. Hell nah. But I'll be more on that. You feel me? I'm gonna get that hoe though. Check me out. You feel me? I'm gonna get my six packs and shit. I ain't got one yet, bro.
And my curiosity with TRT, getting swoller was like the thing at the bottom of the list for me of why I wanted to take it. I wanted it all for the mental shit, bro. I wanted to just become a fucking beast when it comes to the work ethic and all of that mental acuity. See, I need fucking TRT, bro. My brain is fried. You know what it is though? So I recently moved, as a lot of you know, and I just allowed myself to just fuck it. I was eating out, eating garbage, not getting great sleep. And to top it off, I was drinking a lot of caffeine, bro. During this whole moving process, I was crushing monsters and shit like that. And today was the first day that I was like, okay, no caffeine. I've been trying to wean off. And bro, today, my brain I have brain fog, bro. It's bad. I am using 110% of my brain just to be able to speak to you right now.
Joseph Wells started TRT at 18. Now a personal trainer. He's on over 5 times the dose that most doctors prescribe.
Dismantling my 1,260 milligram per week testosterone cycle. Because people think I'm insane for doing this, I'm not. It's actually quite a safe cycle with limited side effects.
Normal testosterone levels for men range from 300 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter.
Yeah.
But many are pushing it well beyond this. This is where the term testosterone replacement therapy starts to get questionable.
Because a lot of guys they think they're on TRT, but it's like you're on mini enhancement territory. Let's just level with what it actually is and just be aware of that.
Will says he started TRT out of insecurity, admitting I was pretty naive and just wanted to get more jacked. But he doesn't regret it, claiming it helps with recovery and muscle growth.
Can I blast at the age of 17 to 18 for sure? Like, what's stopping you? That's what I did.
Well, steroid users want to
That's
do.
crazy.
Many influencers are now openly sharing their usage and the benefits on social media.
Within a 6-month period, I was able to lose 70 pounds of body fat and put on 10 pounds of lean, solid muscle.
Mostly, overwhelmingly
What he
positive.
said? My strength pounds. In a 6-month period, I was able to lose 70 pounds of body fat and put on 10 pounds of lean, solid muscle.
I mean, he probably would still look good. He ain't probably had to be on. Depends how much he was taking that down gym and that workout.
Mostly, overwhelmingly positive.
My strength is going up fucking quick, mate.
And encouraging people to visit a clinic. Others are saying, I definitely think the average young man should be on a low dose of testosterone prescribed by a doctor.
So TRT is still natural. Yeah. Right. Yeah, it is.
TRT is the new fake natty for some people. It's like, oh, I'm not actually doing anything. But in reality, the baseline state you've imposed is exogenous, as in externally administered, and not representative of what you could sustain with natural function.
In a large percentage of young guys who say that, it's a soft launch for I'm on steroids.
A particular worry for naive users who see it as a magic bullet solution.
People who actually have been relying on these things as crutches for a lack of effort just simply pisses me off because you haven't even tried. You haven't even tried. Or you might be a fitness model and think you need to do this stuff. I'm not buying it.
This sentiment is highlighted in the comments. I'm tired of seeing 17-year-olds juiced up to the gills in my gym.
On pause. I'm so sorry, y'all. That bitch charging. Hold on. Mr. Waterman. Hold on. What? Mr. Waterman. Hold on. What? Mr. Waterman. Sip and drink. Hold on. Sip of water. Get healthy as hell. HTO. Your daughter. Hold on. I did it. Ooh, I'm getting wicked. You old. She like me. I'm getting wicked. Man, I tried seeing 17-year-old juice in the grid in the gym. Damn.
It's gotten out of control.
Don't be on that shit. Don't be on that shit, man. Take it if you gotta. Not like that. I don't know what to say about this shit. Cause I'm just not really knowing about this shit. The TRT, testosterone with rehab, something therapy, something like that. I'm getting wicked.
Control. I'm one of the rare few who hit my natural peak after 2 weeks of putting in work. They reached their natural limit.
Bro's like, man, I hit my genetic limit after 2 weeks of weightlifting. Time to get on the juice.
Patience. As a result, there's plenty of young teenagers looking to start taking testosterone to gain muscle.
God damn, TRT at 17, bro. Your balls ain't even drop all the way yet.
Like, have your balls even fully dropped when you
wow.
You said that shit.
They keep copying me.
Started this, bro.
Many are concerned by the popular light in which TRT misuse is shared.
If you're depressed, just take steroids. Men's mental health brilliant.
He's not wrong, though. It does turn you into a fucking savage, bro. You could be depressed as fuck, and you just stick some testosterone into your body, and you'll be like, I'm ready to box Thanos. That's real. That's real. But you get the same result by getting good sleep, eating a good diet, right? Getting good amount of sunlight.
Exists because of no testosterone.
And lowering your stress. Stress is the kryptonite to testosterone. I've realized that. I used to think sleep was the most important thing, and I now think that sleep is the second most important thing. Still incredibly important, because that when you're asleep is when your body makes testosterone. So if you don't sleep, you don't get to produce that much testosterone. But, and of course, one of the biggest things that lowers stress is getting sufficient sleep. However, having low levels of stress just in general, having low cortisol, low stress, I think that is actually the most important aspect of having higher levels of testosterone. At least in terms of what you can do. Now, when it comes to your physiology, of course, having really high body fat also contributes a lot to having low testosterone.
If you're a creator on TikTok and your whole platform is based around talking about steroids, advising people what to take, getting excitement out of this, and also selling steroids, you are the scum of the earth.
To say that you could take TRT generally with no consequence would be very misleading, in my opinion.
Because unfortunately, testosterone injections do come with risks.
It can make you infertile. It can lead to more risk of heart disease, you know?
Oh,
Increase
yeah.
of cholesterol. It can affect your liver, all your organs. It can be very damaging, especially when abused.
That's why I say don't say that shit.
Yeah, when abused. That's a big thing with testosterone, though, because the idea behind TRT is that it's not introducing higher levels of testosterone than you would naturally be able to produce if your body was functioning properly, or at least ideally. So TRT for people who need it is actually, I'm not a doctor, speak to a doctor, but this is what doctors say when I've spoken to them and what I've heard from doctors on YouTube. TRT for people who actually need it is pretty healthy. In fact, you're healthier on TRT than off TRT if you're somebody with low testosterone, because low testosterone, chronic low testosterone, can actually increase your chances of developing all kinds of other terrible health conditions. Not the least of which is prostate cancer, if I'm not mistaken. So there are all these, there are people who would greatly benefit from TRT, but if you are under the age of 35, more than likely, there are things that you need to address in your lifestyle that if you were to do that, you would feel amazing.
Most young men aren't screened for heart issues, making unmonitored high-dose TRT even riskier. It can also affect future fertility, as TRT suppresses natural testosterone and disrupts sperm production, possibly causing permanent infertility.
And we see this all the time where guys who are doing this in their 20s decide they want to have kids in their 30s and they can't.
Estimates say maybe about 1 in 20 infertile men are that way because of testosterone.
High testosterone can increase sebum secretion, causing oily skin, leading to severe acne.
You notice my skin has just absolutely changed. The texture has changed.
The only real shit side effect is just the acne, mate.
In other words,
it's just the acne, mate.
Think megadosing.
Yeah, that's another reason why. That's something that I did think about. Like, I don't want fucking acne and shit. And that's if you're lucky. You only get the acne on your back and on your chest. But there's some guys who get terrible acne on their face from taking testosterone and shit like that.
Testosterone will help you look like sebum. You could end up with sebum at home.
And I was crying into the bed, and it was so painful.
It can also speed up hair loss in men.
Yeah.
Genetically prone to male pattern balding. Male breast tissue growth becomes more likely, and sleep apnea can worsen.
Some people become raging assholes. Some people with barely TRT levels of steroids, just like 1.5 times the normal amount, they will Jekyll and Hyde into a different fucking person.
Today, I just wanted to fight everyone in the gym. I just wanted to get into a fight with someone.
And the risk of blood clots increase.
I can't say definitively that's what caused my blood.
Your nipples also get darker and bigger. That's kind of weird, but it's a thing.
Clots, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what caused my blood clots.
My advice to you guys is that whatever you are looking to pursue in life, make sure you get an expert to help you and do not take it lightly.
For older guys with medical issues, TRT can be a lifesaver, worth all the risks. But for the healthy guy, doctors argue it could end up doing more harm than good.
I am on TRT.
Okay, what led to that decision?
I went and did my blood, and my doctor was like, "Hey, he's like your test levels are fine, like it's all good.
Okay,
but he's just like you could be better."
Oh no!
And
Hyper optimization.
And I was like, let's juice me up.
Which begs the question, how are so many younger guys able to get access to TRT?
Let me get my notepad real quick.
There are probably millions young men and older men taking exogenous testosterone.
Conservative estimates suggest that prescriptions for testosterone grew from 7.3 million to more than 11 million between 2019 and 2024.
Wow.
Do you really honestly think that many young guys are hypogonadal and in need of testosterone replacement therapy?
Everyone on the planet has experienced low mood, brain fog, and tiredness. Compared to social media influencers and Hollywood action stars, 99% of people have difficulties gaining muscle. And this is the dilemma.
For all the years up to this point, what people focused on was nutrition, workout routines, solid interest in bettering their physiques and getting themselves in shape. There is such a disturbing trend right now where those search terms and even those interests have been replaced by TRT or interest in TRT, SARMs, peptides, Ozempic.
It's certainly what endocrinologists
Peptides? What's that?
find out.
What we see most of, though, is
SARMs?
You want to know
What are we talking about here? Should I be writing this shit down?
not the athletic, healthy guys. It's the people with more of a functional hypogonadism. So they have other chronic health problems that's just making the whole system shut down a little bit. Obesity, diabetes, sleep apnea, and other medications, by the way.
In a 2022 JAMA study, a doctor posed as a 34-year-old with high testosterone, seeking fertility preservation. And despite the contradiction, 6 out of 7 clinics offered him TRT.
TRT is becoming like a very, very popular, almost trendy fad nowadays, where a lot of people are haphazardly jumping on testosterone replacement that may otherwise not even need it.
Researchers like Ruman worry that men's health clinics promote unrealistic ideas of masculinity, making it seem like the only thing standing between you and the perfect man is willpower and a testosterone shot. Medicalized masculinity. Testosterone levels fluctuate throughout the day. It's typically lowest in the evening. Doctors suggest some clinics are exploiting this to get men diagnosed with low testosterone.
So what a lot of these clinics would do, and I've heard this anecdotally, is they would check them late at night, but label as if they were doing them in the morning.
Wow.
This way, they can put it on the insurance as a medical necessity.
God damn. Yeah, when I went and got tested, they told me fast, and I had to do it early in the morning.
You know,
because that's when it's the highest.
Just get annoyed with these direct-to-consumer marketing and these quack clinics. And so there's a ton of these, right? Because testosterone's a sexy thing. And so these clinics, especially these online clinics or whatever, they're basically just trying to sell drugs.
Some influencers have been criticized for taking TRT to stay unhealthily lean or to bulk up for social media.
They can test your testosterone levels in 20 minutes. And my shit was like 350. They're like, we can get you on test. And I was like, bro, why haven't I done it? So they pinned me right there. And it was great.
Think about this. Holy shit. He walks in. 20 minutes later, they say you're at 350. Here are your options. You want to get an injection? 10 minutes later, he's getting an injection.
The concern is that the fitness industry is becoming more about aesthetics, often at the cost of long-term health.
It's now staggeringly simple to obtain them, and examples are fed to kids on their phone before they even get out of bed in the morning.
If we were to go back to 2013, 14, 15, would we have said there's going to be a lot of people in their young 20s who are going to be taking testosterone and linking you to testosterone clinics? This is how easy it is, guys. You can walk in, pay for a testosterone test, and then they can say, here are your options.
Money talks, but it's not just doctors and personal trainers being upset over losing business. TRT clinics often offer a quick fix, masking deeper and more serious health issues.
Yeah, don't just take testosterone therapy. You better know why. And so we end up getting these referrals. People are on testosterone already, and we have to figure out, well, do they have a hypothalamic pituitary tumor, or did their testicles just fail, which can happen, or whatever. You know, and sometimes we end up diagnosing these big tumors up in their brain that went undiagnosed because they just got put on testosterone.
The haphazard prescription of testosterone can result in people overlooking much deeper issues that doctors need to treat as quickly as possible.
If a 35-year-old healthy athletic person develops true clinical hypogonadism, low testosterone, it either means their hypothalamus and their pituitary aren't working, or their testicles have failed for some reason. And that needs to be diagnosed, and the underlying root cause needs to be treated. And that person might be still trying to have a family. So you can't just suddenly start giving people drugs, you know, testosterone, because that
yeah, bro. And you know, all jokes aside, I've been fairly tongue-in-cheek this video when it comes to this thing, but it's a pretty serious thing. And I've decided for myself, and if anyone's watching this in a similar position that is under the age of 35 and is curious about TRT, I've already decided that before I would ever hop on TRT, I need to, at least for a month, commit to eating a clean diet, having a very clean diet.
Yeah, listen up.
Consistently working out, consistently lifting heavy weights, and getting as good a sleep as possible, and also doing everything I can do to lower stress and cortisol, such as quit caffeine and all of that shit. Everything I can to lower my cortisol. Then get tested. And I would only go on TRT if I actually needed it for, you know, like because my testosterone was 350 or lower. And honestly, bro, I don't think that shit is gonna happen to me before I hit 50, if I'll be real with you. If even then. You know what I'm saying? My dad still had a six-pack at 50.
that doesn't do anything. They might have a big fat tumor up in their hypothalamus and pituitary.
If you're dealing with undiagnosed sleep apnea or poor diet and exercise, boosting testosterone won't fix the root cause. Some argue the current marketing may actually deter those who truly need it.
You've got movie stars and actors calling their steroid use therapy. That makes it seem like hormone health is just about results in the gym.
I am really on a push now to rename what people call TRT, testosterone replacement therapy, because indeed some people have low testosterone and need it replaced. There are probably millions of young men and older men taking exogenous testosterone injections. They're doing what I call testosterone augmentation therapy.
Let's make a very clear distinction. Genuine TRT is a potentially life-saving treatment for those who actually need it. People getting prescription TRT despite not needing it. It's just people doing steroid cycles. Perhaps a safer route for bodybuilders who are risk-aware would otherwise be buying from sketchier places. But TRT, the haphazard overprescription of testosterone, is masking more serious issues, prioritizing profits over health, or overstating the benefits and downplaying the negatives.
Not necessarily the best combination for improving the health outcomes of those that need it or protecting those that don't from messing themselves up.
And this is why doctors and fitness experts suggest the TRT trend needs to stop.
Yeah, man. So that's the situation. I think we said everything that needs to be said concerning this video. So go ahead and leave.
Man, look. Y'all folk don't be on all that. Do you see me? Do you see me? I don't think you see me. But listen, this what the fuck I'm telling y'all. Y'all don't need to be on all that shit. Like folks said, like dude said in the video, give it an attempt to try at least do this shit natural before y'all get so hopping on this, hopping on that, and trying to get a speed boost and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because the speed boost come to a hard ass stop. You feel me? Just like it did a crazy start, it could do a hard stop. Go ahead, naturally get on that shit, naturally do shit, work out, whatever, eat better, sleep better. Long, it may take a while, but it will take a while for you to lose the shit too. You feel me? But yeah, man, this your boy. Big up to Jacob the Greatest, man. I'll come at y'all with another video, more shit, new shit. Hopefully, new shit, more calm. You know how it is. You know how it go, nigga. I see y'all again, and again, y'all will see me out this bitch.